So let's talk about Andrew Yang getting a big gig.
Well,
it looks like, okay. I mean, the biggest gig would have been president, right?
Well, I believe it's one of the first non-CNN media gigs I have seen him getting since.
It looks like his agencies work in the system that his people called their people, and now he's going to be a speaker. What's interesting is I like how Gainesville.com, talking about his upcoming event at the University of Florida, took a picture from, I believe, his very first presidential election. That exact same image. Or debate. Yeah, sorry.
Because it was also his very first campaign.
Yeah, it was his very first campaign simultaneously. Because we used that on a bunch of our thumbnails. We used that image on a bunch of our thumbnails.
They did not grab that from his first debate.
It has to be one of the first, though, because the blue background. Anyway, that's like the first image when you do an image.
There's text beneath the photo. I'll read the text for you. The text says that it was taken from a February 7th debate in New Hampshire, which was indeed this February on the 7th.
All right, rock on. So anyway,
just read.
Yeah, he's gonna speak at UF. No, you read, man. You're the guy that goes over the articles, not me, man. Besides, they're in bigger font. I'm getting old. I can't see it all.
I got it. Anyway, so yes, former 2020 Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang will be speaking at the University of Florida next week as part of a series hosted by Accent Speakers Bureau. The UF student group announced Yang will make a keynote presentation next Monday, so anyone out there in the UFF area, pretty cool. The New York entrepreneur will also answer questions from students following a speech, according to Accent chairman Henry Fair. Very nice. Speech is one of 4 spring shows hosted by Accent. Yang attracted a loyal group of supporters online. Oh, and then here's the Yang bio part. I love how people love writing stories about Andrew Yang, but they never have more than 3 sentences, so then they just explain to you who Andrew Yang is. He raised $16.9 million by the end of 2019, but after a disappointing turnout, that is indeed what happened. Very, very good. But that is very cool. But the reason why we brought it up, like I said, one, I'm just keeping track of Andrew when he does after. Very much looking forward to seeing where he goes. Tonight, I believe he'll be on. It's crazy. I literally tune into CNN to watch Andrew Yang now, but he'll be speaking tonight on CNN when they do. I'm plugging CNN now because But anyway, you mentioned it. Andrew Yang also did, as part of his secondary, it looks like kind of his bridge to his next campaign, perhaps. He did sign with CAA, which is a very large talent agency. It's what it is.
Creative Artists of America, I believe.
Now represented by agents, and being represented by agents, I no confirmation, but when I saw that he was booked for a speaking gig, I immediately thought of the fact that if you go to the CAA website, you can book Andrew Yang for a speaking gig. And wow, maybe somebody did it. It's possible this has worked out in the past.
You know what I want to find out?
It does look like he may be moving more towards the Hey, the last thing I'll say, maybe. Anyone got tired of getting flooded on YouTube, but those like Ben Shapiro owns college student.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll be able to flood the internet with clips of Andrew Yang having fun, humorous interactions with students and enlightening them, and that will be way better.
Yeah, we could start making clips like Andrew Yang wrecks socialists on federal jobs guarantee.
Well, he wouldn't. That doesn't
Andrew
sound like
Yang wrecks crony capitalist on corporatist media.
Hopefully not like that. And it's more just like Andrew Yang explains why X would work. Or Andrew Yang
so this is my
why.
question is, do you have any idea? Because I've kind of tried to look around and I've Googled how much these people cost, and it's totally a wide array that seems completely predicated upon just how narcissistic the person is.
Are you telling me it's arbitrary how much money it costs an hour for someone to speak? You're telling me it's an arbitrary number?
It seems arbitrary. That's a combination of how much the person just demands in a narcissistic fashion and how much the agent wants versus how much pull they think they can actually get in a stadium.
Well, I think it's mostly just how busy am I?
Yeah,
if I'm not very busy, dude, I'll take the gig. If I'm very busy, man, maybe.
So how much do you think Andrew Yang is charging? How much do you think we could get him for? Because what if we just had a crazy problem solver politics event?
If I was Andrew Yang and I was doing like a full day speaking thing, I don't know. I don't want to say like low 5 figures. Like I wouldn't do this for cheap if I was in.
Really? So you think because here's the deal, like you could get like Ben Shapiro for $5,000.
Okay, so then he probably wouldn't be able to charge more than him just because I think he's doing more. So maybe
you know what I'm saying? Some of these speakers, like even big ones, you can get for like $2,000 or $3,000.
Okay, but to swing in for 45 minutes, give the speech, 15-minute Q&A, out of there, like an hour of work. Yes, maybe you could get actually an hour of work. You know what? I want to campaign on bringing people who don't count their commute time and their work time. Do it, and then look how much you make. Because don't tell me commuting is just something you do for fun gladly anyway. It's part of your job. So I think I don't know. Getting off topic, but anyway, I have probably somewhere there $2,000. I just think I really hope we see him doing more of this stuff, because if Andrew Yang runs for president in 2024 again, going down the line, I'm saying Actually, let me walk that back. If in a couple of years, Andrew Yang turns himself into a pretty decently sized media personality who's got a podcast, he's doing speaking deals, you see him on TV, and he's just kind of a known commodity, and he's a guy advocating for a thing, and we know him for the thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a very strong position to be in for any next political endeavor, right? That's a great place to be in.
Yeah, exactly. It is unfortunately a popularity contest in many regards. So you just got to augment your popularity.
And it's also practice for next time he runs for president. He could do 4 or 5 of those $1 million Wall Street speeches really quick before he announces he's running. Well, you announce the exploratory committee, and then you go out there and shill shamelessly for like 6 months, raise all the money, and then you announce your run and move all that money into your campaign. Yeah. That's the secret. That's how you...
Well, you have to have a book.
That's the Hill Dog special right there.
You've forgotten one other part of the equation, is you have to have a book, okay, in which the sales of that book give you personal royalties. And then when you start the campaign, as a campaign thank you gift to a donor, if you give over a certain amount, then they actually give you a book of the candidate. So then with campaign funds, the candidacy has to buy 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 copies of your books that you're getting personal royalties on in order to give out thank you donations to all the people. And that's another way. So now we're getting the system down.
2.0.
That's the Hill. That exactly. Now we're playing 3D chess.
But anyway, so
now we're playing 3D money chess.
Don't have too much more. I just thought, and again, I'll put this on screen. I'll have the link for you guys. But it is very cool to see Andrew Yang now, because I guess this is kind of like, this is the first official step. How do you know you've made it as a internet media, social media personality?
When you're on Gainesville.com.
No, speaking gigs at colleges. That's when you know you're in the political sphere on Twitter. You're officially in the Twitter political sphere when you're giving speaking when you're doing speeches at colleges. You've made it. That's official. So anyone out there in Florida, very cool. You can come. Well, I guess Florida's a big state, so anyone in the area, if you want to go check out Andrew Yang, he'll be there very soon. I thought that was very cool. I wanted to highlight that, as well as hopefully this is a recurring trend, and we do just see Andrew Yang being made available around the country in environments that aren't necessarily always campaign stops. Because I will admit, it got to a point towards the end there, I just kind of skipped to the end of his rallies because I'd heard the stump speech 40 times. It's going to be cool to see him going around giving that particular speech a little bit less often.
Okay, awesome. Anyway, let us know what you guys think of this newfound glory, this new life that Andrew Yang has accumulated. Please comment below. If you haven't a chance yet to like these videos, make sure you like our videos or you share them with your friends if they're important topics. And see that blue join button? Make sure you join our channel. It's an inexpensive way to help support the channel and keep us from having corporate sponsorships in order to be able to give you all of this content. And also make sure you follow us on Twitter at PSP Radio 1. We do a lot of our announcements, reminders for live streams, funny memes, things like that, so on and so forth on Twitter at PSP Radio 1. So make sure you check us out there. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. This is Problem Solver Politics. We'll see you guys in the next video.